everybody. Welcome back to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. We are live on Facebook Live. We are semi-live on the YouTube. That's going to be up on the YouTube a little bit later. But we live on Facebook Live, so if you're watching there, you get the exclusive VIP. So that's why you should go to our Facebook Live page or our Facebook page. You get it before everybody else. It's kind of like a VIP, but it's not. It just goes live there and doesn't go live. Anyway, we got our NXT review for July 12th, 2017. I keep forgetting the date. I almost said 11th again because I was updating the 205 Live video that DJ didn't put live. So I had to go in there.
It was live. They already knew it's the name of the show.
But you didn't publish. You didn't hit the publish button, so it didn't go onto the YouTube channel.
What I did.
You didn't. You really.
I think I did, and I think you just trying to act like I didn't. So
you really didn't. You really didn't. Also, you didn't put the end credit video or clip.
It's probably because I went to bed before it published.
Yeah, but you put the intro in there, so you forgot to put.
Wait, what? Did I?
You put.
I think that was you, and I think you should take all the blame.
Nope, that was you. But anyway, jumping into NXT, we actually had I thought it was a pretty good show tonight. It felt like there was I think there was only 3 matches, 3 or 4. But the show itself was really good. Opened up with a recap kind of video package of DIY's breakup and just hyping up Johnny Gargano's return on this episode. So I was excited. I was a little bit confused because I was wondering what they were going to do with this, because they started the feud with Johnny and Tommaso with the breakup, but then you found out later on that Tommaso's not going to be back at least until early 2018. That's how his injury was. So it's like, are you going to try to keep that going to 2018, or are they just going to let that go? Are they going to try to bring that back up again when he returns and have a surprise or whatever? I was just kind of confused. Obviously WWE maybe didn't know the extent of his injury at the time when they started this feud, but still, it's kind of like, what do you do now? But any thoughts on the opening video package, DJ?
Yeah, I definitely liked it as far as, kind of recapping this feud and everything. But like you said, I do wonder what they're going to do with it, just because, Tommaso's out for a nice little bit. They could do something that they they rarely ever do, which is keep the feud going without Tommaso actually being there. I know they used to do this, I guess you could say back in the day. I don't know what exactly I want to say there, but I mean, I feel like, in older WWE times, it felt like they used to do this a little bit more when someone was injured. They would kind of keep a feud going, but I know that, shoot, there's still freaking so many months left in this freaking year. It's still 5 months left in this year, and he's not going to be back till 2018. So, and we don't even know when exactly that's going to be. So,
It's going to be after 2017.
What?
It's going to be after 2017.
That's what I said. Didn't I say he's going to be back in 2018?
You said you're not sure when that's going to be.
So well, I know that. We just don't know in 2018.
Oh, I thought you didn't know when 2018 was. I was just helping you out.
No, I was saying you don't know. Just because somebody says they're going to be back in 2018 doesn't mean they're going to be back in January.
True.
So, but I'll be honest. I think they should probably pull it for now, and then you can bring it back up later. Maybe make people forget about it a little bit. I don't know if you actually will forget about it, but maybe pull it off and let Gargano do his thing, and then maybe bring it back up. They could even bring it back up on the main roster if they wanted to. I don't know if they would, because I feel like Johnny's gonna get called up sometime soon. But I'm wondering, is it gonna be by the end of the year or not? So I think that's kind of another thing I'm wondering about. If they had Johnny go up, sometime within the next couple of months, and then Tommaso comes up at the same time and they continue it then, that would be kind of cool. But I don't know.
Yeah. Um, then moving on, we got Aleister Black versus Bobby Fish. I marked out for Bobby Fish. I honestly had no idea he was even in NXT. I don't know if I just missed a news along the line or along
Isn't
at
it
some
great
point.
to miss news along the lines every once in a while and actually be surprised for once?
I know that's why I liked it because I was surprised. Like, but usually like guys like this, we see something, either on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. But luckily, I actually didn't see anything, so that was kind of cool. I was kind of torn in this match because I kind of wanted both of them to win, but also this means at first I thought this meant no Red Dragon anymore, but then I think Amy said tonight uh, was when Kyle O'Reilly officially debuted on NXT, so we'll see that. So maybe we'll get Red Dragon in NXT. Probably not. But actually, they might, possibly. I hope they do. But I'm excited for that too. Great match. It felt like Aleister Black actually had someone who could kind of keep up with him in this match. Um, I I also like I said. I think I said it during the six pack. It might have been before we went on air. I don't understand why some of these guys get to keep their previous name and others they change. I mean, and I know Amy said, some people, the name is more popular or more well known than others. But then there's people like not even the guys, but women too, like Heidi Lovelace. A lot of people, I would think as many people would know her as Bobby Fish. So why did her name have to change? Why did Tommy End have to change to Aleister Black? It's just I don't understand really why certain guys they change their name and certain ones they don't, and then others they'll debut as their original ring name, and then WWE will pretend that we don't remember that, and then they'll change their name like a week later. I'm not even going to be surprised next time we see Bobby Fish if his name isn't changed. But Um, I just love this match. It was an amazing match. Aleister Black did win, which I wasn't surprised. Um, you know, normally when you debut, you do get a win, but they are booking Aleister Black really strong. So I wasn't mad that Bobby Fish lost. He still had a really good match. DJ,
Yeah, I
D,
definitely.
D, D,
Can you hear me? Did I mute myself?
yeah,
Oh no, I didn't. Okay. I don't know what was going on just now, but anyway, because I didn't mute myself, so it was I don't know Google Plus being weird. Anyway, I I was definitely excited for this. Like you said, I had no idea that Bobby Fish was debuting. I was actually on the phone and I like schoolgirled out for Bobby Fish when he came out. I was like, oh snap, it's Bobby Fish. Like I was like really excited though, because like like, and that's the one thing about it. When there is finally a surprise that you weren't expecting, you weren't really expecting it to happen. You didn't see it on a news site. You didn't know it was coming. Like then, those moments. Like I feel like we've kind of come to like cherish those moments now because we don't really get them all the time anymore because everything's reported and rumored and on a news site or something. And like it's nice that you know I could watch this show and not know Bobby Fish was coming and be like, oh snap, okay, that was kind of cool. Like it was kind of a cool surprise. But yeah, I felt like they didn't really make him look weak, which I don't think they should. Like I don't really know. Like I feel like Bobby Fish is well known enough to where like it's kind of hard to make him look weak, right? Like I mean everybody knows he's kind of world renowned champion. So as far as like trying to make him weak, I don't really know if you really can. If you, especially if you already know who he is. So it was a good match. I'm not surprised that Aleister Black won, but still, I think they did a good job of making sure that Bobby Fish still looked like a strong incoming competitor and everything too.
Rabbit would find a way to make him look weak, because he wasn't in Impact, so he'd be botching. Anyway, moving on, we had a bunch of like backstage segments from last week, like WWE.com exclusives, whatever. This was one of them. Recap of Hideo Itami. First off, it was the recap of Hideo Itami and Cassius Ohno, their tag team match last week, and then a backstage sort of altercation between the two. Any thoughts on this?
It was weird because I couldn't for the life of me I could not remember, or I didn't hear who it was, who the altercation was between. So I was like, who is it? Like the only two people I saw was Drew Galloway and Killian Dane. So I was like, who's this other guy? Was it Andrade? I know you just said it, but I still like it must be like just that person. I can't.
It was Cassius Ohno and Hideo Itami.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one. My fault.
I don't know where this
I
man,
saw,
bruh.
I think I was still thinking about who would land on the ground, like during that segment, and the guy. Anyway, yeah, I still don't know what they're doing with this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see. But if we're gonna be honest, I'm just gonna wait and see.
Yeah, yeah. Then we got Street Profits coming next week. I was so confused with this. I was like, wait, what is this? What? Like, DJ, any thoughts on Street Profits coming? I don't even know
Oh,
anymore.
I'm excited. This is Angelo Dawkins and that one guy he came out with that one time as his partner. I don't
Yeah,
know his name.
yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm so excited for this. They're probably gonna be like freaking a rip off of Crime Time, but I'm excited anyway. Um, I mean, I'm just excited to finally see Angelo Dawkins be able to like maybe possibly potentially get pushed because it's been like he's just been a jobber for so long. It's kind of like finally he's gonna actually maybe do something. So
He
I'm
not.
excited. Doing it.
Next, Caleb Braxton tries to interview the Velveteen Dream, but does she really think that's the proper setting? Really? She walked up to him and she really thought that was the proper set. She
You
needs.
know, I don't think he liked the ambiance either.
You know what? I didn't even like the ambiance. I, DJ, thoughts on this and her mistake? Like, I love you, Kayla, I do, but you need to think before you try to interview this man.
I love this man so much. Like the bad part was I had the TV turned down at that moment. But when I saw him on my screen, I was like, I didn't even have to listen to it to just be in love with it. It was amazing. Like it was amazing. He's so into this character, and he's like having a good time with he's doing so good with it. Because I know at first we were kind of skeptical because of how it started. I think, um, but like the more and more, like we said before, I think we said this. We've said this about a bunch of characters. You know, sometimes you just need some time to talk. I mean, and he didn't say, like you said, it's not that he said much, but he just said enough. Like he said the right words at the right time, just enough to make this, to make an impact. And he said just enough these past couple weeks to let you know, like, how good this character is, like how interesting this character is, how different this character is, what this character is, how I guess, flamboyant and cocky kind of this character is. Like he's doing so good with it. Love it.
And then we get Mae Young Classic qualifier
Bro,
match.
we skipped this.
We can't we review this for the peoples. We got
We might as well skip it. I mean, like if you went upstairs for 3 seconds, you probably missed it.
We got Vanessa Bourne versus Jamie Nachi Nacho Naki. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with this match at all.
I mean, this is not a good foreshadowing for the Mae Young Classic. Let's be honest.
Well,
Um,
I think you can already tell who's going to advance farther into the competition because you can see who the more popular people are. There are some good people in there, like Tessa Blanchard is obviously going to make it farther than this born chick that Amy didn't even know. And when Amy doesn't know
oh,
her,
was one of them Tessa Blanchard? I didn't know.
yeah, Tessa Blanchard is going to be in the.
Oh, like was she in this match?
No, she
I
gonna be
thought
in
that's
the
what you meant.
tournament. She
I thought,
gonna be in the tournament.
I thought that's what you meant. Okay. Um, but yeah, like I think the biggest issue with this match, it was too short. Like this is supposed to be a qualifying match for this prestigious, as I use my air quotes, tournament that we got coming up, right? To basically, you know, pay homage to Mae Young. And this match was what, 3 minutes? Maybe? I mean, at most five, probably three. Like this is supposed to be like the qualifying match. This is supposed to be the match that's supposed to prove to you that this person deserves to be in the tournament, deserves to compete for whatever the tournament, the whoever, whatever the spoils, I guess, of the tournament is. This this short match, this 3 minute encounter is supposed to prove to me, you know what? This tournament is probably going to be worth watching. No, I don't feel like if I had to judge based off of this match how good this tournament was going to be, I'd probably say, you know what? I'm probably not going to watch it. Like this was terrible, and I was mad that they made this a qualifying match and then made it 3 minutes, and we're supposed to be like, you know what? I actually want to go watch this tournament after seeing that. No, how? Why would we want to watch this?
Yeah, I think this was terrible booking by WWE. This, and even in the in the Cruiserweight Classic in the UK tournament, we had guys who were a lot less known, who you knew, like I said, weren't going to make it that far in the tournament. So I don't have a problem with this Vanessa Bourne, I think, is the one who won. I don't have a problem with her making it into the tournament. This shouldn't have been a qualifying match that they showed on NXT. They should have shown a different qualifying match with people that we know more or are going to get a better match out of to get us excited for the tournament. Because she might have a better match in the tournament. These two may not have worked well together. Granted, neither of them looks good, period, even in the 3 minute match. But yeah, just they shouldn't have had this match as a qualifier, kind of like you said.
I
They
mean,
should have,
Vanessa Bourne do got the hair though. I give her that.
yeah. We got a video of Sanity attacking Drew McIntyre, I guess last week outside the building. This
What was they
basically,
not Drew McIntyre standing up, bro? I was so confused by this.
nah, no, he would have won that got attacked. And then we
I
find
thought,
out that next week, Killian Dane will face Drew McIntyre, and the winner will take on Bobby Roode. I'm sorry, Bobby Roode for the NXT title at Takeover Brooklyn. Any thoughts on either of those segments?
yeah, I like the now the Killian Dane Drew Galloway segment makes sense. Because before I was like, wait, what? So Drew Galloway is standing up over this man, this poor fella, and I see Killian Dane. I think it was actually Alexander Wolf. I see him over there. So what's going on here? So I was really confused for a little bit. I'm gonna be
I don't know
honest.
what you're talking about because McIntyre was on the ground and Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf was sitting and
No, that's
looking.
that's what I was saying. I thought, see, I didn't know who was laying on the ground. Is the issue? I saw Drew Galloway. I didn't see Killian Dane. I saw Drew Galloway. I saw
I did
Alexander
not
Wolf.
see Killian
So
Dane. He a big man. He a big
I
fella.
assumed I assumed that the long-haired tall fella was Drew Galloway because what is Drew Galloway? A long-haired tall fella.
Yeah, but like there's a couple 100 pounds between the two. One of them a lot wider, so
Well, it was dark outside, right?
it wasn't that dark.
Black, so it's slimming.
It wasn't that dark.
It was.
It won't. It won't.
I got nothing to say about the other thing. I don't even remember what it was.
They gonna have a match next week for the #1 contendership.
Yeah, I got that part. Yeah,
For Bobby Roode.
I don't even remember what Root said. So anyway, continue.
He said words. He was like, you should set up this match, and then William Regal was like, you're right, and the winner gonna be #1 contender. He was like, that's not what I meant. It's not what I meant, bro. And so yeah, pretty much that's what happened. Anyway, moving on, we got the return of Johnny Gargano. I was excited. I was definitely pumped for his return. He says that he's missed the Johnny Wrestling chants. He says that he still has no idea why Tommaso did what he did, but he says that TakeOver Brooklyn is the biggest show of the year, and that he has to be on that show, and he has to be Johnny Wrestling again. I don't know. It went smoothly from I don't know why Tommaso did what he did into okay, but I'm moving on. I'm focusing on the future. I'm focusing on getting onto this card for Brooklyn. I liked it. I also like his new entrance music, and I like how he came out to the original DIY music, and then after they debuted his new entrance music. I like how they did that. Any thoughts on his return?
Yeah, I'm excited to see his return, and I want to see kind of. I know he's returning at Brooklyn. I just kind of want to see what he's gonna do, who he's gonna wrestle. Maybe Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. I'm just saying, maybe. I mean, just a thought. And Tommaso's better, by the way.
He's not.
He is.
He's not. Candice LeRae is better than both of them.
True.
We got the main event of the evening for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Got Heavy Machinery versus the Authors of
Did you say Heavy Machinery?
Heavy Machinery.
I think you said Heavy Machinery.
That's the word, Heavy Machinery.
You said heaven.
No, I said heavy.
You said heaven.
I did not say heaven.
Review the tape. Review the tape. Right now. Right now, review it.
We don't have that ability.
Replay.
If we had replay, it would say Heavy Machinery because they are heavenly. Though I love Dozovich. I love this man. I love him. It just I love this man. I want to hug him, like, and not in a weird, like, gay way. A little bit.
Why it gotta be weird?
Because I would make it weird. Like, I would hug him too long, and like, yeah, I would make it awkward. Because I love this man. Anyway, I'm sure his hair smells real good too. I still don't like the new NXT titles. NXT Tag Team titles. I don't like them. They need to bring back the old ones. They were fine. Nobody did anything to those titles that they needed to be replaced. The women's title, that stuff happened, and that needed to. I get that one. But we need the old NXT Tag Team titles back. They were so much better. I don't like these new ones. They're too generic. No, stop it. But anyway, I knew this was going to be a good match, just a brawl. Otis and Razor head to head was epic, and then Otis taking Razor off his feet, I marked super hard. I think that was one of the coolest parts of the match because that was the first time that's happened. Great tag team psychology by Authors of Pain. kind of cutting the ring in half, keeping Dozovic out of the match as long as they could. And then Big Doze finally gets in there, and he redefines the meaning of a hot tag. But definitely a good match. I didn't expect Heavy Machinery to win in this match, but I think I wanted this to build up to a match at TakeOver. After the match, we find out that's not going to happen. But I think this would have been a great feud and build up to TakeOver Brooklyn. Because I think this match was good itself. I think a match between these two at Brooklyn would be even better. We're not going to get that, though. But your winners are Authors of Pain and still your NXT Tag Team Champions. DJ, thoughts on the match?
Yeah, it was definitely. I enjoyed it. I was excited coming in just because these are two like similar tag teams. They're some big fellas. They even said at the beginning of the match that this was kind of I guess the heaviest match of all time or whatever, which was funny because it was kind of in like that typical WWE fashion. You know how they do with like SmackDown when they put like freaking Big Show and friggin' Mark Henry versus Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman or something. Like they put the biggest people they could find in a doggone match. And they're like, this is the biggest colossal most match of all time. And anyway, that's how I felt a little bit. But it was good though. I definitely like Heavy Machinery. I love freaking how Otis Dozcevic. I love how he just basically like took out the Authors of Pain. It kind of made him seem like there was a little bit of a weakness, which I think is something we really haven't seen that much of. So I like that they kind of showed a little bit of weakness, and I say that Otis is the kind of the standout of Heavy Machinery already. So that's interesting. I do like the man. He is round. He's very round. But I don't know. I don't really remember how the Authors of Pain won. Obviously by a pinfall, but I'm kind of, I wonder. I want to go back and look and see how they won, because because from what I was watching, like it looked like Heavy Machinery was in like full control. So I want to see how they got that control back. But definitely a good match, though. I would say, especially normal NXT show, not a takeover. Definitely a good tag team title match.
Yeah. Otis was robbed. That's what happened. He was robbed. Tucker Knight is the weak link, and he couldn't hold his own weight, and he caused them to lose. So it's all Tucker Knight's fault. Anyway, after the match, before NXT goes off air, Sanity's music hits. Killian Dane, Cross, and Wolf come out, and pages from the Book of Dominance start falling from the ceiling, which was weird. I was like, oh, okay, sure. But I felt like this kind of ruined the NXT Championship #1 contenders match last week, because this points towards Sanity challenging for the titles, which most likely means that Drew McIntyre is going to challenge for the NXT Championship, which doesn't surprise me, but it just ruins the match. Like, we know who's going to win now. So, bruh, like, if EY came out with them, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's going to be EY and Wolf versus AOP, but it was just Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf, and Nikki Cross. So that would point to Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf challenging for the tag team titles. I just felt like it potentially ruined the #1 contenders match for the NXT title next week. Any thoughts on the closing segment?
Yeah, I like the closing segment with the kind of the book of, I almost said the book of truth, the book of dominance, kind of raining down. I thought that was nice. I actually like that Sanity's kind of in a little bit of everything. Like, it's been a while since we had a faction not be focused on one thing and one thing only, because just because there's 4 members doesn't mean we can't do more than one thing at once. So I'm glad that they're kind of doing different things. I mean, and I don't think it like I didn't even think about, that means that Galloway's gonna win type of a situation. I don't know. I just didn't think about it at the end of the show. I get what you're saying, but I didn't necessarily, it didn't come to mind for me. I mean, saying he's supposed to be a dominant faction, so I mean they're just trying to get to all the titles. It makes sense. I like it.
Like normally in any other promotion, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. But we know how WWE generally works. They usually don't let you hold multiple titles, at least in this era. In the past 10, 15 years, they usually only carry one title, or you get stripped of another one or something. So that's what got me. I mean, they could surprise us and have him be dual champion, but that's probably not going to happen. Um, but that was your NXT review for July 12th, 2017. Definitely a good show. Definitely started good, build up and continued good build up to NXT Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn 3. I think this is the third one. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for next week. We got some good matches coming up next week. We're going to have Ember Moon versus Ruby Riott, which is going to be an awesome match. I don't know if next week is when they're going to, because I don't know how far in advance they record the NXT episode. So I don't think next week will be the episode that Kyle O'Reilly's on, but I'm excited for that when it comes. But be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, share. Go check out our Facebook page. If you're not already on our Facebook page, watching this on Facebook Live, go check that out. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. We will be back tomorrow for our TNA, Global Force, GFW, NWA, Our Championship Wrestling review. That is a lot to say. They need to shorten that name. They really do. We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh, yeah.